Hello everyone, welcome to Knife Delights. Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite knife patterns. That is the Buck 102 Woodsman. But before we get into that review, I just want to welcome aboard all of my new subscribers and viewers. Thanks for coming and checking out Knife Delights. And of course, thank you for all of you that have supported me these past months. I really appreciate all the comments and the feedback. It really is great. Real quick, a future announcement. In 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be attending a Civil War reenactment. It'll be a 3-day event, and I usually help out with the cooking. I like to cook the breakfast, the bacon and eggs. But while I'm there, I'm hoping to have a chance to use this old hickory hunting knife and the old hickory Kephart pattern knife. I'm hoping to use this with a lot of food prep and other things, and it'd be a chance to test them out and do it on camera. So in a few weeks here, look for some exciting video on these two knives here. What we have here are 3 different versions of the Buck 102 Woodsman pattern. As I said, it's one of my favorite patterns, so I've gotten 3, and I always have to fight the urge to buy another 102 and with a different handle material or steel or that. So my question to everyone, and please leave a comment, is there a particular pattern that you really like and you buy multiple versions of the same pattern just because you like that pattern? I'm obsessed with the 102. But anyway, the 102 can kind of date its origins back to 1949 in viewing some of the knife blogs and knife websites. They think they've seen one in a 1949 catalog. Irregardless of when it actually came out, it is one of Buck's oldest patterns that's still in continuous use. So overall, well, I'll say this too, it's kind of Buck's version of a bird and trout knife, even though they didn't label it as that. But the overall blade length on these knives is 4 inches, and the overall length is 7 3/4 inches, and they all feature a clip point blade. Just for a little bit of a size comparison here, this is the venerable Buck 119 Special. So we can kind of put them up here and you can see the difference in size. And you can see that the 102 is almost like a little brother to the 119. So again, what I have here is 3 different patterns, and I'm going to start with the oldest, or 3 different versions of the same pattern, I should say. And this is the oldest one that I have right here. And this is your basic 102. This was made between 1967 and 1972. It has the black phenolic handle, which is a kind of a standard handle material. There are some slight finger grooves in the handle, which all of these knives have. This one is a little unique. As you can see, the tang stamp is inverted, and it does not have the model number on it. So as we'll see on the other ones, when you're holding the knife like this, you can read the tang stamp. This one you have to turn around. So that's one of the changes that they've made over the years. The sheath that came with this and the older knives in the 100 series came with a flap like this. Now on the tang stamp it doesn't have the model number, but the sheath does have the model number on it, 102. The pommel and guard are aluminum, and then they have these micarta spacers here. Now if you look real close, on this one there's a spacer here, and then the spacer here you can clearly see, but on this one there's also a third spacer actually between the phenolic part and the guard. And if you turn it around you can kind of see it better. And you can also see on this thumb guard, when we compare it to the others, this thumb guard is more rounded and more of a ramp. So that's one of the differences. Let me see if I can. There you can see how this is more just square, 90-degree angle, and this is ramped more. The pommel is just a little bit different also on this one. It's wider, and to me it has a more squared look to it. And again, we'll compare it with one of the more modern productions of it. You can see the difference there, and when you put them side by side there, you can see the difference in the thickness. It's a little larger pommel on the old one. Now back when these 100 series knives were being made, they used a 440C 440C steel for them. Boy, spit it out, Tom. So, yeah, that's one of the old ones. I happened to pick this up in a pawn shop down in Florida. The next one I'd like to share with you is the first 102 I ever bought, and this is one of the knives that really got me into buck knives. It's a very early purchase. It's new old stock. This is from 1998, and you can see it has the Cocobolo handle on it, and it has the brass pommel and the brass guard. And there's the tang stamp, and as you can see on this one, when you hold the knife this way, you read it. You can read it. The sheath on this one has a reddish brown sheath. And again, on all their sheaths, they have the model number there, the 102. And this one's unique because it has a little different buck logo stamped in there. You can see that there, the mountains and buck knife. I think that was their logo from maybe the 1990s. One thing about this is this sheath is very loose. Hear that rattle? Now on this sheath and the sheath on the next knife I'll be showing you, they both have the same style, and they both have the plastic inserts down in there, but you can see the difference in size of the opening. Hopefully here, if I can get this to focus just right. There, maybe that's better. So the knife in this sheath is much more secure. Still a little bit of rattle, but not near as bad as the other one. Well, my last 102 that I'd like to share with you is this one made from 2020. And this is the Pro Series version. And this one features a green canvas micarta handle here. And the blade steel is S35VN. So Buck has been coming out with some knives with the more expensive blade steel. And of course it has the Boz heat treatment on it. That's what that one there looks like. Oh, I should add on this one here, while this one was 440C, this one is the standard 420HC with the Boz heat treatment. And then this one here with the upgraded steel. Now, Buck's explanation, I know a lot of people were asking Buck to come out with better steels, and it took them a while to get it on the market, and according to CJ Buck, they said they wanted to make sure they had the steel right before they started producing it, so they decided to take their time and get that steel developed and the right heat treatment on it. And you'll now start to see more and more Buck knives with upgraded steel as an option. Again, this one has the aluminum pommel and guard and the micarta spacers here. Now I will say that The 102 comes in a variety of handle materials. I saw one on eBay here a couple years ago that had the stacked leather handle, and I wanted to get it so bad, but well, you know, sometimes you got to watch your household budget, so I didn't get it bought. I think it was one of Buck's Buck of the Month Club, or Buck Knife of the Month a few years back. So there's some of those out there. They also have a Heritage series that has Cocobolo handles, kind of like this here, but it comes with the D2 steel. Well, I cannot talk this morning. I don't know what's up. But there's a variety of options. So this is just a wonderful knife. Read a lot of testimonials from hunters that have used these and carried these for years. And I think it's a wonderful knife to start out with a young person, to teach them some control on how to care and use a knife. The one complaint is it has a small handle. Now I can get all 4 fingers in there, but I have average size hands, so if you have bigger hands, you know, the handle size might be too small. But then again, it's designed to be a bird and trout knife, so you're probably not going to get a real big handle. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video and a look at the 102 Woodsman and this great knife. One of my favorites again. If you've liked this video, why, please hit that like button, and as always, hitting the subscribe button would sure help the channel out. So until next time, have a very delightful day.